Hello, my name is Jake Butler, and today I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. As I said, my name is Jake Butler. I have an older brother, and I'm the youngest brother. I also have currently just moved here to Nashville, Tennessee, pursuing my dream in music. A little bit about myself: I am an extreme extrovert. I love to get to know people, no matter what setting I am in. I just love to get to know people that are around me and find out who they are, kind of what makes them tick, and just see what they're passionate about, as well as like different ways that we can relate to each other. I love to hang out with my family and friends. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love to go out and do things. I really hate sitting inside and just doing absolutely nothing. I always try to convince my roommates or my family to get out and go do something either active or go have fun doing something. And also, I have two middle names. Fun fact about me: my middle name is Kenneth Lee, and each part of my middle name was taken from a side of my family. So Kenneth comes from my mother's side. Nope, Kenneth comes from my father's side, and Lee comes from my mother's side. So a little story about myself. So when I was in high school, my brother lived in Korea for 2 years, and in January, we went and visited him, and I saw him for about 10 days. And when I was there, I had a little bit of a culture shock. So my brother was an English teacher over in Korea in a little small town called Yeongdong. And when we were there, I got to meet his co-teacher, someone that just helped him help teach the class with the language barrier, but also Zach was more of the English teacher, and the other teacher did the rest of the subjects. And so when I first met this co-teacher, I stuck my hand out to greet him like we do in America when we greet someone here, and the man just stared at my hand and stared at me, and I had no idea what to do. Then I remembered my brother telling me, when you introduce yourself to someone in this culture, you must bow. And I totally forgot about that, had a lapse of memory, and then as he was staring at my hand, I was like, oh shoot, that's right, I need to bow. And so I bowed, and the awkwardness was over, but then that night we went out and had some good food. But I also had some extremely bizarre food when I was over in Korea. I had this dish called bibimbap, which is served in a copper bowl, and it's a bunch of meat and rice that is mixed all in together, but you don't really know what meat you're eating, and it's in different vegetables, and it was not my favorite dish there. I also ate live squid. That was pretty interesting, is probably the word I'd use. Experience. Pretty cool, though, how that went about. There's this fish market in downtown Seoul, and in the fish market, there was a bunch of vendors downstairs, and then upstairs was a bunch of restaurants. So you would buy your fish or your lobster or whatever you're eating downstairs, and then you could go straight upstairs and hand it to the restaurant, and they'd cook it for you. So that was pretty neat. And the last thing that I actually loved eating over in Korea was this dish called samgyeopsal, which is just Korean barbecue. And basically, they just bring you this slab of different pork, and then you have in front of you at the table is a big, basically, furnace. You throw your meat on there with some kimchi, and then you get these lettuce wraps, and you put it back in this lettuce wrap with some red bean sauce. Very delicious. One of my favorite dishes over in Korea. Something that you should take away from this speech is that, one, I love to travel. Two, I love my family and friends, and that is the biggest part about me, is that my family and my friends are the biggest part of my life, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. Thank you. Boom.